Do you wake up at 2 a.m., then again at 3:17, and sometimes even at 4:40? You lie there thinking, I didn't even drink that much water. But your body insists. You walk slowly to the bathroom. The house is silent. Your legs feel heavy. Your mind feels foggy. And when morning comes, you are more tired than when you went to bed. If this sounds familiar, I want you to listen very carefully, because for many adults over 55, the problem is not the bladder, it is not weakness, it is not just age, it is timing. And today, I am going to show you something most people never learn: how to drink water in a way that protects your sleep instead of breaking it. But before we begin, I want to ask you something simple. Where are you watching this from, and what time is it for you right now? Write it in the comments. I read them personally. Now let's begin. Why nights change after 55. After the age of 55, and especially after 60, something subtle begins to shift inside the body. You may not feel it during the day, but you feel it at night. The first change involves a hormone called vasopressin. Vasopressin's job is simple. At night, it tells your kidneys, slow down, let the body rest. When you were younger, your body released a strong wave of vasopressin after sunset. Urine production slowed naturally. The bladder stayed quiet. But as we age, the nighttime release of vasopressin decreases. That means your kidneys may continue producing urine at nearly daytime speed, even while you sleep. So the bladder fills, and signals earlier than it used to. But that's only one piece of the puzzle. The bladder becomes more sensitive. In your 30s and 40s, the bladder could hold 400-500 ml comfortably. After 60, it may begin sending signals at 150-200 ml. That is barely half a cup. The bladder is not weaker, it is more sensitive. The nerves inside become quicker to react. They send earlier messages to the brain, and once the brain hears that message, sleep disappears. The evening water trap. Now let's talk about the most common mistake: drinking large amounts of water after 6 p.m. Many elders do this without realizing. You are busy in the morning. You forget to hydrate. You have tea, maybe coffee. By evening, you suddenly think, I should drink more water. So you drink 2 glasses with dinner, maybe another before bed. And your kidneys? They are preparing for rest, but instead, you give them extra work. So they continue filtering through the night, and at 2 a.m., they send you to the bathroom. But I only had soup. Let me gently say something important. Soup counts, rasam counts, milk counts, tea counts, green tea especially counts. Even a small bowl of thin dal contains fluid, and when taken after sunset, it contributes to nighttime bladder load. Some drinks, especially tea, also act as mild diuretics. That means they encourage urine production. So if you drink masala chai at 8:30 p.m., your body may respond at 1:45 a.m. Debris, a story you may recognize. Let me tell you about Mr. Arjun from Jaipur. He is 68 years old. For 2 years, he woke up every single night at 2:30 a.m. He thought it was prostate. He reduced water drastically. He even tried sleeping pills. Nothing changed. When we looked closely at his routine, we noticed something small. He drank nearly 60% of his daily fluids after 5 p.m. 1 large glass at dinner, another during television, then warm milk before bed. We changed only one thing. He drank most of his water before 4 p.m. After 7 p.m., only small sips. Within 10 days, he was waking only once. Within a month, he slept 6 straight hours. He told me, "It feels like my body remembered how to rest." And that is the point. Your body remembers. It just needs the right rhythm. The correct timing framework. Here is what experienced urologists often recommend for adults over 60. Between 6 a.m. and 4 p.m., drink 70–80% of your daily water. Between 4 p.m. and 6:30 p.m., Gradually reduce. After 7 p.m., only small sips if truly thirsty. After 7:30 p.m., avoid more than 150 ml total unless medically necessary. This does not mean dehydration. It means redistribution, earlier intake, gentler evenings. What about medications? Many elders take blood pressure tablets, diabetes medicine, or other prescriptions at night. Yes, you need water to swallow them. But here is the key. Take just enough, not a full glass. A few controlled sips are enough. If the medicine causes dryness or thirst, take a spoonful every few minutes rather than one large drink. Small adjustments, big results. Watery, the just-in-case habit. Now let's address something important. Going to the toilet just in case before bed. This habit feels responsible, but it can retrain your bladder incorrectly. When you empty the bladder before it is truly full, the nerves begin to expect frequent emptying. Over time, they send signals earlier and earlier. You may begin waking even when there is very little urine present. Instead, before bed, sit calmly for 5 minutes. Place one hand on your chest, one on your belly. Breathe slowly. This calms the nervous system and reduces false urgency signals. Sometimes the urge at night is not fullness. It is nervous system sensitivity, and that can be trained gently. Another hidden factor: leg fluid. Here is something most people do not realize. During the day, fluid collects in your legs, even if you don't see swelling. When you lie down at night, that fluid redistributes back into circulation. Your kidneys filter it, and urine production increases. This is why light movement in the morning and afternoon matters. Even a 15-minute walk, or gentle leg raises while sitting, it helps reduce nighttime fluid shift. Pause here, take a breath. Ask yourself, when do I drink most of my water? Morning or evening? Be honest, because awareness is the first step toward restful sleep. The evening mistakes that secretly break your sleep. In the first part, we spoke about timing. Now let us go deeper, because even if you drink your water earlier, there are still quiet habits in the evening that may be disturbing your sleep, and most people never connect them. Dinner. Timing after 60. After 60, digestion slows, not drastically, but noticeably. When you eat dinner late, especially after 8 p.m., your body is still digesting while you are trying to sleep. Digestion requires blood flow. Blood flow requires fluid balance. Fluid balance affects kidney activity. If you lie down too soon after eating, the body redistributes fluids upward. This can increase nighttime urine production. The ideal window? Finish dinner 3 hours before bed. If you sleep at 10 p.m., try finishing dinner by 7 p.m. If that feels too early, at least avoid heavy or watery foods after 8 p.m. Your body needs time to settle. Sleep is not a switch, it is a descent, and digestion must complete its first stage before true rest begins. Watery foods that act like hidden fluids. Let me gently say something important. Certain healthy foods can still disturb sleep, not because they are unhealthy, but because of timing. Water-rich foods include cucumber, tomato, watermelon, oranges, thin dal, rasam, clear soups, buttermilk. These are wonderful during the day, but after sunset, they quietly increase bladder load. Many seniors say, "I hardly drink water at night," but then they have a bowl of soup, a glass of milk, or fruit after dinner. The bladder does not know the difference between water and soup. Fluid is fluid. Timing is everything. Salt, the silent trigger. Another overlooked factor is salt. Pickles, papad, highly seasoned curries. Salt increases thirst. Thirst increases water intake. Even if you try to limit water, salty foods will make you drink more unconsciously. Then at 1 a.m., the bladder insists. If nighttime urination is frequent, try reducing salt at dinner for 2 weeks. Just observe. Often, the change is noticeable. Water temperature matters more than you think. This may surprise you. Very cold water, especially from the refrigerator, can irritate the bladder lining in older adults. The bladder wall becomes more sensitive with age. Cold liquid can trigger a reflex contraction. That means urgency signals may come faster. Room temperature or slightly warm water is gentler, particularly in the evening. If you enjoy warm water, have it earlier in the day, but late-night cold water, avoid if possible. The myth of drinking less. Now we must address a dangerous belief. If I drink less water during the day, I won't wake up at night. This is not true. In fact, dehydration during the day can worsen nighttime urination. Here is why. When you do not drink enough early, your blood becomes slightly more concentrated. In the evening, when you finally drink, the kidneys react more aggressively. They filter rapidly. That rapid filtration can lead to nighttime urine spikes. The correct solution is not less water. It is earlier water. Hydrate properly between sunrise and late afternoon. Then taper gently. Never deprive. Just redistribute. Number 6, the bladder retraining method. Now I want to share something powerful. Bladder sensitivity can be retrained. If you wake up at night and feel a mild urge, pause. Before immediately standing up, ask, is this urgent or mild? If it is mild, try this. Take 5 slow breaths. Relax your lower abdomen. Do not clench. Often, the urgency fades. Over time, the bladder learns that not every signal requires action. This is called bladder retraining. It must be done gently. Never ignore strong urgency, but mild signals can be observed, and gradually, the threshold resets. Sleep position can reduce bladder pressure. Let's talk about something rarely discussed. Sleeping position. Many elders sleep flat on their back with multiple pillows. This position can increase pressure on the bladder and pelvic area. Doctors increasingly recommend sleeping on your left side, with 1 pillow under your head, 1 pillow between your knees. This position reduces abdominal pressure and improves circulation. It may also reduce reflux and improve digestion. Within 1 week, many report fewer awakenings. Overheating at night, heavy blankets, thick clothing, poor ventilation. When the body overheats at night, sweating increases. Sweating triggers thirst. Thirst leads to late-night drinking. Late-night drinking leads to, you know what? Light cotton clothing, a breathable room, gentle airflow. Sleep is cooler than you think. Your body temperature must drop slightly to maintain deep sleep. If you feel warm, your body may wake itself. A story that may sound familiar. Let me tell you about Mrs. Devika from Chennai. She was 73. For 3 years, she woke twice every night. She believed it was simply age. We changed 3 things. 1. She finished dinner by 6:45 p.m. 2. She moved her evening tea to 5:30 p.m. 3. She began sleeping on her left side. No medication, no supplements. Within 2 weeks, she was waking once. Within a month, she slept from 10 p.m. to 4:45 a.m. without interruption. She told me, "It feels like my nights belong to me again, and that is the goal. Ownership, not struggle." March, one final understanding. Nighttime urination after 60 is common, but common does not mean unavoidable. Your body is not failing. It is adjusting. You must adjust with it. When you respect hormone changes, fluid timing, food timing, temperature, bladder sensitivity. Sleep improves naturally. No harsh restriction, no panic, no extreme measures, just rhythm. Take a quiet moment. Think about tonight. What small shift can you make? Earlier dinner, earlier tea, reduced evening fluids, better sleep position? Choose one. Not all at once, just one, because small consistent changes are more powerful than dramatic temporary ones. If this message resonated with you, write the word peace in the comments. Let someone else know they are not alone. And if you want the next video where we discuss the 3-minute evening routine that reduces nighttime urination within 7 days, let me know. Until then, may your night be calm, may your sleep be deep, and may your mornings feel light again.